houseplants, welcome to my channel. My name is Deanna and I want to show you guys my whole renovation that I've been working at in this back patio area. It was a total disaster, unusable, and it was time to do some renovations so we could use up the space. So I want to show you in detail all the things we did to this back area, and I'll go over with you all my plants that I use in the decor and the different furniture pieces, and just give you more information and details. I hope you enjoy. Okay guys, so this is how my backyard is looking when you come in through the back fence door, and I'll go ahead and give you a tour and show you each plant, talk to you a little bit about whatever history or whatever special thing that I know and remember that I can share with you guys. If you guys like plants, you're gonna enjoy this. So I'm gonna start right over here. Do you guys recognize this plant? Do you know what this plant is called? It's a Cissus discolor. And I bought this one. I have an unboxing video of this one, and I actually almost killed it. I think I repotted it too quickly, and the soil that I put it in was not as moist and it got dry too quickly. Plus, a lot of people struggle with this one inside their houses. So I almost thought this plant was a goner, and I brought her out this spring, and she's been doing really good. She mostly gets rainwater and she's loving it. So I'm hoping she will fill this up by the end of the summer. So right over here, I just finished fixing this little box, and I left the tag here so I could show it to you guys. It's a little self-watering garden bed, raised garden bed, and I got it at Lowe's. So what's interesting is that basically you put water here through this tube, and then it's going to be self-watering. So I have a lot of herbs here. This is called Cuban oregano, and I kind of got it because it's so beautiful. It's variegated. Look at that part is like so white here, but yeah, it's edible. So yeah, it's very potent, so like half a leaf is enough when you cook. So that's why I have so much here. Basil, which a friend told me I'm supposed to cut these flowers off, so I think it won't grow as tall maybe. I have some rosemary. This one's doing really good. And I have some longevity spinach. I feel like there was been a snail here that was eating a little bit of it, so that's not cool. I have mint right here for some mojitos, or I like Mexican meatballs. I put this in the broth and I really like it. And then I have some sage. I had it in a pot and I took forever to pot it up in here, and it basically died, but I still planted it just in case. It's still a little bit of a live part there. If not, oh well. I don't think I use sage that much. Right here is just a little work in progress. I just have some plants that I didn't know where to put, so I put them here for now. But just so you'll see, this is one of my monsteras. I had a little bit of variegation in one of the leaves, and remember guys, I did a video where I separated it from the other green monstera, and so far it's given 2 new leaves and none with variegation. So oh well. And I have it out here because I did treat it for a little bit of thrips a couple of months ago, and I haven't brought it back in yet, but she seems to be free, so I'm happy. And then right over here I have a blackberry that I bought from Aldi, and it was like $12.99 or something, and it's grown so much. I think I have to put a trellis because it is grown so much. Hopefully next year it'll give me some blackberries. It's another monstera, and I wanted to give this one to a friend that came over to visit, and then I forgot to give it to them at the end. But yeah, I'm just gonna go somewhere else. I have plenty of monsteras. And then this is a lemon, what do you call it? Lemon lime philodendron, I believe. And this one also had a little bit of pests, so I had brought it out here and controlled the pests, and I had it separated for a while, but it's been doing good now, so I just placed it here. But I think it's gotten even bigger leaves since I brought it outside. Okay, so I'm gonna back up here because I want to show you this palm. This is you guys saw in my part 1 of this video where I bought this one from my local nursery and stuck it in my Prius. And I'm gonna have to insert the name of it because I totally forgot the name of this palm, but it is one that does not survive outside when it's really cold. So they suggested that it was an indoor house plant, but I wanted it outside, so I have it outside. But I'll worry about it when it's winter. Some of you guys have suggested that you wrap your palms or something like that, and I'm sure I'll research about that and see what I decide to do if it doesn't fit in my house by then. But it's been doing great. There's even here a new one that's gonna pop out. You see that? Okay, so right over here, I'll show you a little bit. This is my ficus ambulata. She also had a little bit of thrips. I did have a little thrip outbreak, but I've been buying the systemic stuff that I put little granules, and I also sprayed it down. But I'm doing both just because I do not want them to ruin my plants. But it's been doing really good outside, guys. I'm realizing summer, so plants are loving humidity. It rained today, so a lot of plants are wet. Plus, we kind of cleaned this area a little bit, so a lot of plants are wet. And this is also my little, I call it my little, I don't know, I sometimes treat plants out here. And a lot of these plants, like I mentioned, were ones that I treated some time ago, but honestly, I haven't brought a lot of them in because I don't have a lot of space, and they're doing so good out here. Like these are my dragon scales, and I had separated some mothers from babies, so they keep multiplying. They keep multiplying, so I kind of have to go and separate a little bit more again. This is my silver dragon. You can tell the difference between the regular green and then the silver. And this here, I don't know, this is an older one, and it kind of faded away. I don't know if it was the sun or a pest maybe, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep her like a mother plant. I'm thinking of propagating and selling some dragon scales, so I'm thinking most of these I'm gonna keep them like mother plants, and then that way I can propagate the babies and sell the babies, or trade the babies or something, because I have way too much. This is a propagation of a Hoya. It's the princess, and then some of the green, regular green Hoya. And this is a crimson crinkle 8, a Hoya crinkle 8 propagation in Leca. And I honestly have not been taking very good care of it, but it's here. It's still alive. This is a horsehead philodendron that it's a top cutting that I'm propagating here in water. This is the original plant where I propagated out of it. But yeah, this is a jade plant that they gave me at work, which was really, really nice. A patient of mine gave it to me. I was talking to her about plants while I cleaned her teeth, and then she told me if I had a jade plant, and I didn't. So she brought it to work. I thought that was so sweet. Okay, so, oh, over here. What is your name? I forgot. This is a jungle cactus, but I don't remember the type exactly. Oh man, I have it on my Instagram. I have a picture posted on my Instagram of this one, and it has the name on there. But I don't remember at this point. I'm waiting for it to flower because it seems very happy. It's growing, it's thriving, but it hasn't given me a flower. But when it gives me a flower, my heart's gonna be beating very fast. I'll guarantee you that. Okay, so most of these are jungle, well, just these two also are all jungle cactuses. This is the curly one, curly orchid cactus. It's also been growing a lot. I got this one at Lowe's. Got that one at Lowe's. Coastal Farms plant, Lowe's. My rickrack cactus. Got this at my local nursery, Plant & See, and it's also grown a lot. Oh my, look at my burro's tail. This is the pointed type, and it's been growing a lot. I think when I bought it, it was like this long, and this is only like 6 months ago. Look how much it's grown. I believe it's because I have it outdoors here. It's very, very happy. And this is the Schidia. I think this is the Geri, G-E-R-I. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And I have gotten some growth here. Versus inside my house, I wasn't getting much growth at all. So it's all placed in the driftwood, and I have a video, guys, if you haven't seen it, on how we made this, and just using a piece of driftwood that we found here in the river. So these plants get morning sun, so I think it's great for them. Okay, so this is the grill. Of course, you can't have an outdoor patio area if you can't eat, right? So got the grill there, and a lot of the caletheas are doing so good outside. Honestly, they were struggling inside my house for a bit, and I brought them outside, and look at this one. She's doing good. Look at those new little leaves. They're about to unfurl. Cuteness. Orbifolia. Caletheia orbifolia. The Never Never prayer plant also was struggling inside my house. It had such little leaves that I kind of just almost wanted to throw it away. And I brought it out here, guys, and it started growing new little leaves. Like right there. Like right there. Like right there. So outside humidity here in North Carolina, I want to say right now we're like at 80%, so it's happy. This one was doing good inside, but I still brought her out there here, and she's happy. This is the Stramanthe Trio Star, and look how good she's doing. Also a prayer plant, and I give her rainwater. I've been collecting rainwater, and my prayer plants do great. They do not want water that's from the city, so you either have to get distilled water. I usually use filtered water, but now I'm doing outdoor rainwater, and they're very happy. This is my philodendron Birkin. Look at all those stripes and lines. I think the brightness out here is doing so good for it. So pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little shot here. And these little hanging planters are from Aldi's. Recently got these, and they were $12.99, and you see it's a set for 2 different plants. This is another trio star, Stramanthe, I believe, and then we have here Tradescandia Nanook. How pretty is that? How pretty are you? And then right over here we have another little set, and I have a bromeliad up. Hopefully it will fill up, because I just potted this up, baby, like a little bit ago. And then this is Hoya Crinkle 8. Here she is. Maybe you guys have seen her before. I used to have her in my living room, in my chimney, dangling down. But then she started not doing good all of a sudden. And I brought her outside, kind of forgot about her, and she is fighting to live. Look at those new little leaves coming out. She has been loving the outside, so she's gonna live. She's gonna live. Beautiful. Oh man, what are you called here? This is my it's not a gardenia, it's a jasmine, right? A jasmine, I believe, and it's one of the ones that actually climbs. And man, I love this plant. I highly recommend it for outdoor plants, because these withstand the cold winters. Like, we even get snow here sometimes, and it's still alive. I leave her outside, and whenever they fill up with flowers, it smells so wonderful. Now this one does not tolerate direct sunlight, so this stays shaded all day. So if it gets sun, it has to be very early in the morning. Look who's here. She was barking in the video because I left her inside. Shh, now I'm gonna have to be quiet. We're gonna be out here, baby. Okay, so but yeah, I think it's gonna do it lots of good. Okay, so right over here I just put this little macrame accent to accentuate this wall, and I kind of wanted to put this plant here to kind of cover up a little bit of all this cabling, at least for now, at least to distract the eye. And then I have this little wooden bird that I got from Paraguay. I went to Paraguay to visit some family. They were there serving as missionaries a couple of years ago, and I was able to get that, which is a very nice memory. And then I have a Manjula pothos right over here. I recently brought this one out, so think it's gonna be good, but I'm gonna be watching it. So let's go right here. This is the little gas fireplace. And sorry, all these cables. We're still gonna work on the cabling system for a better system, but gas fireplace that you got to see in part 1 video where it was lit up during the night. And I'm playing with the different plants that I put up here. This is a Tradescania and a nuke for now. Beautiful, right? And this is another Stramanthe Trio Star. This one was basically dying inside the house, and I brought it out here and it started doing so much better. So that's what made me think that I should bring that one out here too. And this is a bromeliad. I've never been 100% sure of the name of it, but you know, these you have to keep them watered. Again, most of these plants that I'm showing now, guys, have to go inside during when it gets cold. And there's little pups coming out, which I just noticed. After I brought it out here, it started giving me some pups. And there's another pup over here. So you can separate it, make it other plants, which is very cool. But I like how this bromeliad pink stays. Versus the bromeliads that have the flowers, they die off after some time. The sectional sofa, as you guys heard maybe me mention earlier, this was $350 in Amazon. And it's very comfortable. I love it. Why I love it? Because I can lay on it right here. It fits me right there, and I can take a nap here. That's why I love it. And I feel like I have a living room outside. It's so cozy. You know, I even have a little blanket here. So definitely this beats me just having chairs outdoors. I wanted a couch sofa because I wanted to actually relax and lay down. So now let me show you the plants that I have back here. I have a bird of paradise that I brought from the outside. Let's get you a little closer. And these the curtains, the white sheer curtains, are from IKEA that you're going to be seeing all around this space. And this is a patio curtain that you roll down. We got this at Lowe's. You probably saw that from the footage of part 1. And then this is I think it's very backlit now that I realize it. This is a regal shield. Look at those leaves. I mean, can you imagine? Okay, I'm gonna sit down right now. I'm sitting down. This is my view. And I can just play with these babies and check them out. And yeah, it's been giving new leaves since it's been out here. Again, this stays shaded. It gets a little bit minimal sun in the morning, so it's good. This is my view. And this is my fiddle leaf tree that I got from Aldi a few years ago that almost died on me, but it is not dying. Look at that. New growth. So I was kind of, a little nervous of bringing it out here because I already had it inside in an area that it was happy. And fiddle leaves don't like to be moved around too much. But I brought it out here and it's still happy. I felt it got a little bit burnt. I took it out to the grass at some point and watered it. Maybe I sprayed it with something and I didn't move it quick enough, so it got a little bit of burnt. So don't let your fiddle leaf stay where it gets direct sunlight too long. Okay, so this is a beautiful big monstera, which this is my $5 monstera. Let me get some space here. $5 monstera. I don't know if you guys saw the video. Let's take that down. When I found it at Lowe's. Look at these leaves. Look at these leaves. This is one of my favorite plants out here because finally I have space for it. It's like, grow, baby, you grow. There's space for you. So eventually I wonder how big these are going to grow being out here, or at least until the end of fall. Then I have to put them back inside, and then we're going to have a little complication having so many plants. And this right here is a neon pothos. Also brought it out here so it can trail, and I think that's going to look very, very cool. And right over here, guys, I got a boho chair that I really, really wanted, a swing chair, and I got it from Amazon. Isn't this pretty? I love this wood part. So I just put some cushions on there, That was from Ross. It was like $10. That was Target, like $5. Isn't that awesome? And the chair was about $69 from Amazon. It's hanging up from there. And I really enjoy sitting in it. It's very comfortable for an adult. And here's another monstera. I've kind of been squished at home with all these monsteras, so bringing them out here, they're happy. I have more space indoors, so that's really good. And I think I'm gonna take you guys now here to my backyard. One of the big things we are gonna work on is grass. It's so shaded in my backyard that grass is difficult for it to grow. Plus, it's very sandy where I live. I live very close to the water, and so that makes it harder. But look at the table. Want you to see the finished product. I am in love with it. I'm in love with the stain of the benches because you can see through it. So I really like the stain. And I'm happy we went with the white for the table. I just think the whole look together looks a little bit more, I don't know, I didn't want it to look like just like a picnic table. I wanted to look a little bit more custom made, so I think this definitely made it a little bit more for a nicer dinner, right? A little fancier. I was trying to find a runner. There's nothing that I could find that was long enough, but this will work. It gives it some accent. It's from TJ Maxx. What plant do I have here, guys? This is my Kangaroo Fern, which has been doing very good. I just recently brought it out here, but I think it will do very good out here because it's shaded. But yeah, it's very pretty. And the lights here, if you guys haven't seen my part 1, look at my part 1 so you can get the whole view of how this looks at nighttime. Now I'm backing up because I want you to appreciate the trees that I have here in the backyard, and you could have seen it in part 1 too. Look at this tree. I am in love with this tree. Very mature with all that ivy growing on it. So I really enjoy that. Let me come closer. This is a swimming pool. And we ended up putting the swimming pool here because it's where it got the most sun. I couldn't put it in the other part of our yard because it would be too shaded. But yeah, this tree, I keep thinking in my mind, how old is it? I want to give you a close-up since you guys like plants, don't you? So I just want you to see it a little bit here. The ivy growing up on it. I love looking at it. And it grows and it grows and it grows. I'm so happy that I have a little piece of land where it has beautiful mature trees. So I think we are we're getting towards the end. Let me just give you another little look of the pool. And we started a fence. This is just part, we haven't finished it. But wanted to go ahead and show you guys a little bit. We went ahead and put the fence so we could enjoy the pool. And I'm thinking of maybe making a video on how we did the fence. We're not done. We're gonna add so many more details that are gonna make it so much cooler, but it's a DIY fence that's good material, and I think it's very nice. And it's gonna end up being really cool when we're done with the details. Pool, can you just imagine? Right now I need to go. I am sweating. I need to go into this pool. Not done with all the details, but I've also gotten some footage on how we set it up and my reviews and thoughts about it. If you're interested, let me know. And then right over here, I wanted to show you some other plants. And this is a windmill palm that should survive here in North Carolina through the winters. So it's already growing in some new little shoots. And I got this at a local nursery for like $35. Thought that was a great price. And this pot is from Aldi's, which saves some money there. And I just planted these, it's called Snow and Summer Isaic lilies. And they're supposed to like do ground cover. But when the new leaves come out and they get a lot of light, they're white and pink. So I was so excited to find these. Look at the little variegation. So once it fills up all this, it's gonna look really pretty. And then right over here, we believe this is a mango tree or avocado. We planted both. One survived, one died, but we're not sure which one that one is. And this is lemon tree, lime tree. This is lime, and there was a lemon tree here beside it, but that one's not doing very good, unfortunately. But got this from Walmart about a year and a half ago. And this is another tree we got from Walmart, a variegated also, but it's a pink lemon tree. Come right over here. And look at that. There's some lemons coming, but the leaves are so pretty. It's one of the things I loved about this tree when I saw it, were just the leaves. So even if I don't get a lot of lemons, I love the tree itself. And then I planted a sedum here, and it's growing. It survived through the winter, and look at that, it's lush. Guys, this is just some weeds they grow, but we have found them to be so pretty. Because look at that, the shape and the variegation inside. I don't know what it's called, but it's pretty cool. It climbs and it gets pretty big. Okay, so now here, I want to show you this little view here. And I have, what are you called? Oh man, I'm having a brain freeze. Caladiums. Caladiums. Did you guys see my video where I found these babies? They're at my local plant seed nursery, and they were $1.99, $1.99, and I bought just many of them. Maybe I didn't do the best in like potting them up with a mixture of colors, but I didn't care. I wanted all of them, so I just potted them up. And they've been, I do nothing to them. They basically just get rainwater and they're happy. So again, they get morning sun, but afternoon shade. And so I put one there and I put one there. And this is just some little flowers, which I totally forgot the name. This is from Lowe's, but they're kind of dying off here. Remember, I'm more into house plants than outside plants, so I don't know the names very well. Okay, so this is Scindapsus, and I am still debating whether exactly, to me, when I saw them, I thought, wow, splash, you know. And I'll show you guys, right? It has the splashiness, and some of the leaves, like right here, but then other leaves have a little bit of more silver in it. So I was like, is this like a combination of exotica and splash? But there's a plant seller called Plant Love and Happiness, I believe. I've never bought yet from them, but I saw them in their Instagram, and they were selling a Scindapsus that looked just like this one. They said it was basically, they couldn't give the ID. It was like a not known ID, but they said it was basically a hybrid between exotica and a splash, and they were leaning to calling it a silver queen. So I've been comparing the pictures, and I'm like, this is what I have. It's the same plant. And that's what I kept thinking. It's a combination of hybrid and of the exotica and splash. So I believe now that this is gonna be maybe something like that, which I'm so thrilled. Either way, she is beautiful. Look at it over there, it's the same kind there. Let me get closer here. Ooh, sorry, I got some of my stairs. Okay, like this one here is very splashy. Look at that. Look at that. It's just full of exciting things. So they've been happy here. They get morning light, watching them, making sure they don't get burnt. But so far so good. And right over here, my golden pothos. Wow, wow, wow. It's so funny because when I got her, I was kind of later like, where did I get you? You're so ordinary. But man, I love her. I love her. Look at the size of these leaves. This is just like a low $6 small pothos. And she is no problems, no complications. It's just growing, thriving. So she is a stunner. When people come into my house, the plant that usually compliment me more and talk about is this one. Isn't that funny? Look at that, look at that. And she's becoming more like the Hawaiian pothos now that she's out here. And look at those hearts. I recently propagated her because, as you can see right there, because she was trailing down the floor. But yes, I totally love. And I kind of feel like I wish I had a second one to put over there, but I don't right now. I guess that one's gonna be it once it grows. Okay, so another of the jasmine, I believe it's a little white little flower that smells wonderful, which I don't know why I'm having a brain freeze, but I think it's a jasmine. But it even gets sun stressed. Look at that. I love that. Look at the reddish there. Okay, and another caladium, and I'll let you see these because they're so beautiful, and they're different colors, different types. That one, this one, totally, I believe it's an underestimated plant. That's so far one of the plants that have not gone up in price, but it's just stunning. Highly recommend it. So this plant, if you put it in a bigger pot, it definitely multiplies. So it's recommended to put it in a bigger pot. Look at that. Look at that. And I have all the names here. Okay, so I have Moonlight, Icicle, Fiesta. This one says Brandywine and Brandywine. These are some of the little papers. I don't know if I have all of them. And then this is a Philodendron Hope. And I'm still confused and I haven't done enough research. Is the Coelum and Hope the same plant? I think it is. So I sometimes think, which one of both of them is it? I think it's the same name, same plant. There's just two names for it. So I have it there in like a little basket. And right over here, oh, what are you called? Oh, I don't remember the name of this plant. Got it at Lowe's, but it was definitely struggling at my house. It was dropping leaves inside my house. And basically, when you're about to throw out a plant, the next thing you'd usually do is, let me just put her outside, and you feel bad just throwing it away. And look at it. She's still doing good. She's still surviving. So she's been definitely happier out here than she was inside my house. Okay, and I think this is going to be the last plant I'm going to talk about today. This is my black and gold snake plant, or Dracaena. And look at that. Why I loved her, because look at that stunning, the darkness in the middle and then the gold on the sides. She's been doing so good. I mean, these plants do good anywhere, inside, outside, but I just have her here like accenting right beside the little sofa that I fixed from, that I painted, that I showed you guys in my part 1 of my video. But basically, there you go. It's very usable. So that is it, guys. That is my plant detour, detailed tour. If you see some plants that look a little bit different, it's because I had to film this video in 2 different parts, and then I ended up rearranging some plants, like this one. I don't know if Silver Star, I think, Califia, and I think it looks stunning there, so I gotta show it to you guys. So this is my plant tour. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed getting all the details and information. I know I love seeing makeover videos, and I'm so excited to share my own makeover with you guys. I'm so happy this was done. It's better than what I imagined. It didn't cost as much as I imagined, and now I can definitely use up the space. It's been very inviting to have my friends over and spend some good time outdoors in this beautiful spring and summer, and hopefully fall, and hopefully even winter. So thank you for watching. If you've liked this kind of video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share with some friends that might also enjoy it. Thank you for watching as always. Until next time, bye.